Hey family, we are live, broadcasting live. This is the Conversation Room 101. Make sure it's only adults in the house. I need your mind to be open, prepared, and relaxed. Welcome to our home. Take your shoes off. We got some rules we need to go over. Be kind. No cursing in the chat. If you want to curse, call in. And no shouting out other channels. That's a no-no. We got one other rule. There is no judging our guests. It will not be permitted. Zero tolerance. And if so, you want to do that, guess what? We got security. And we will escort you out. Because over here, hashtag we don't care. We're going to be one big family. We're going to laugh together sometimes. We're going to cry. But we definitely going to pray. I thank the Lord above for everything. I lift him up and give him the glory. But you guys, right now, we're going to get our popcorn. And then we're going to see what's going on. And let me just park my car. And I'll be in there in a minute. I'll see you real soon.
The Copyright Disclaimer Act. The Copyright Disclaimer Act under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comments, news, reporting, teaching, scholarships, and research. Fair use is used permitted by copyright statutes that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
Like, share, subscribe.
Do you want to know? Well, I've been thinking about you. And I think I have to listen. Because the sun is up, it's a beautiful day. My beginning will be as bright as the sun. Come, won't you come along? And it feels so right, it's like luck is raining on me. Go and follow your heart, doesn't matter how far. There is so much love to give. Something's telling me this time. Baby, baby, now I know. Baby, baby, gotta go. There is so much love to give. Something's telling me it's right.
Neighbors and the
When you
community
came to me,
compelled to
who are
scour
you?
the area.
It's you, yeah, boy.
Where does the fault lie on you?
Hey family. How's everybody doing? Where does the fault lie on you? Man, when we made that video, it went just like it's supposed to. Some things just work like it's supposed to, you guys. Thank you guys for showing up. It is Wednesday, the middle of the week. Wacky Wednesday. We've been coming on. I gave the three that came in here first, which would have been Tina Powers, Sanja Watts, and Freddie Johnson showed up at 2:28. Ain't that something? She showed on up. So I got you guys' name down for a ticket. So if you don't know, now you know that the first three comes in no matter what time it is. We come on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. We come on early, we come on later, whatever. The first three in, we'll get three. Those three will get a free ticket, you guys. And you guys know, if you ain't in there, you can't win. We're giving out the same amount that we normally gives out. And it's going to be nothing but money. But I wanted to share with you guys just a little information. We're not going to stay on here long. She said, I came in as well. Yep. But you was number 4, Nancy. You was number 4. You came in at 229. I can take a picture of this, but I'm pretty sure you know. You can see who said what in the chat. Tina came in at 204. I open up the chat early sometimes. I want you to know if you don't know. But it's just the first three. You did come in, but You was just late by 1 minute. And I know we supposed to come on at 3, but a lot of times I open up this chat at least sometimes 30 minutes to an hour before we go live. And I know our time is 3, but we are all over the place right now. It's just whenever. I try not to come on earlier than an hour. But between 2 and 4 o'clock, we're in there. Our average time, our regular time is 3. But sometimes I will open up the chat at exactly at 2 o'clock. And I want to get you in there. But, I have to stay with what I said, the first 3. So you can check if you have your phone on where you can get notification, even though that we're not on. It says having trouble connecting. I don't know. But anyway, something just popped up on here that says something. And but Nancy, I guarantee you stay on it, you're gonna get in there. And I wish you would have. I really wish you would have. But I did say the first 3, and you're the fourth. You're the fourth. But I'm so grateful that you did. You tried. But if you continue, you will make it. You will make it. Because I would love to see other names in the drawing, which will be on December the 31st. Next Tuesday. Hey Danielle, how you doing? You guys, we're going to talk about what's been going on the YSL. You know, the trial of the famous, I guess, the co-defendants. All 6 of them. It's only but one left, which is YAK. Shannon went home either yesterday or he went home early this morning. But he went to court, and instead of he doing 7 years of probation, he's doing 12, but he goes home. He would like to be called not Shannon Stillwell, but Mr. Jackson. Anyway, boy, you know what? The more that they tell us about what these boys went through in jail, it just seems like they were in HE double hockey stick. They were fighting for their life. Like, they don't even call it Rice Street. They call it Knife Street. Like, you better have you something if you end up in jail. You gonna get a count. You gonna catch a case in there. Just trying to survive. She said, I understand. I know you would. There's going to be plenty more opportunities, Nancy. I really, like I said, I would love to have other people in the drawing, especially you. You know, you always come in and everything. But we'll come on Friday. I'll throw the channel up early. I'm telling you right now, some people don't hear what I'm saying. And that's why they just a little bit late. But I'll throw the channel up early just so that you can get in. I usually, around about 2 o'clock, I try to figure out, like, what we're going to talk about. So as long as I have a thumbnail, I'll open up the channel. I'm letting you know right now. Come Friday, 2 o'clock, it will be open. It will be open. Okay? But we won't probably go live until between 2:30 and 3. Mainly 3 o'clock. Mainly 2:30. Anyway, you guys. Just a little conversation about the YSL case is over with. I would like to talk about some of the things that have happened. So knowing that YAK is still in jail, he has an open warrant on him that nobody knew about. And, this. First of all, I wanted to say, I was cheering for YAK. I really was. I don't know if you guys was. Maybe because he was a chocolate and he just seemed so quiet and peaceful. You can never tell a book by the cover. You just can't. I just thought he's got all these wrinkles on top of his forehead. And I said to myself, and I did, I'm not going to tell y'all I said it, but I just said his forehead is always wrinkled. He has 4 or 5 wrinkles at the top of his forehead, even when he's relaxed, right? So I thought to myself, that's a sign of stress. I said, that's a sign of stress. But he sits there and he's so calm and quiet, and he's not doing an outbreak. He's not rummaging around, looking up and down, fidgeting or anything. He's just sitting there so peaceful and calm. Hey, Zena, how you doing? And, but, that's a sign of, like, a lot of stress, like a lot of agitation and stuff. But I never seen it in the courtroom. But I said, maybe I'm wrong. I love to find out when I'm wrong because I learn when I'm wrong. But that was my first thought about this young lad. Anyway, I never thought nothing else about it. But then when he got up in court, let me tell you what happened. They got to telling all his charges. And this young lad, y'all know YAK, he was the aggressor. When he got stabbed in the head, I'm laughing because it is true. He did get stabbed in the head. Everybody was like, oh, we need to get him out. We need to make sure because they're going to kill him and da-da-da-da-da. He's fighting for his life in there. Let me tell you what he did, okay? And I'm going to say what he did, okay? He was the aggressor. He went in somebody else's cell and he had a extension cord and he whooped that boy for hours in that, all across his head, all across his back, all across his face. They was like, he not even in his cell. He is, boy, I said to myself, Lord have mercy. Now, I'm going to tell you, we always only get one side of the story. This is what the report says. Hey, Lisa Calhoun, how you doing? So I'm only going to address what the report says. That doesn't mean that it's true. Now, we all understand when the police give the report, they give the report of how they want to. It's like his story, or what you want to call history. I call it his story. I don't call it history. It's his story. So, I take it like a grain of salt, but still yet. Exactly, Freddie said he doesn't play. He don't play. He got all this aggression in him, and he's got all these counts for aggravated assault. He even have a DCF. And I said, a DCF, isn't that something like the Department of Child Family Services or something? I don't know. But anyway, nevertheless, they're trying to get him out. They're trying to say, hey, he's going to go live with this person. He's going to start doing his music again and this, that, and the other. And I wanted to point out a couple of things that I know you guys didn't know. Only one young lad, his name was Farley. That's the one that walked in and walked back out. Farley, he was the one that's making all the T-shirts and branding, his marketing, T-shirts and selling, make slime great again and YSL banners and shirts and pants and jackets and hoodies. He done all of that. So the funny thing about it was they had him on a murder charge with them. He was part of the defendants there, but he didn't get. But they had him on a murder charge, and the only thing he did was he made T-shirts and hoodies and stuff for everybody, anybody, anything that would sell. He would make private, like and I love people like that. I really do. I love when somebody say, hey, what you want? I'm an artist. I can make it. I can make whatever you want. I can put it on the leg. I can put it on the sleeve. I can, he's got all this equipment, which the equipment is probably very expensive because he's not doing little bitty stuff where it's just iron on. He's doing things like how we want things. Put it on very, very quality clothing. And, he can have the hat and the pants or the shirt and the jacket, and he can match it up. Probably got to find his number and give him some business because, shoot, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, so, he took his little Alfred plea and he's doing well. He has a bachelor's degree and he's only but 26. So he went to school for business and got caught up into this mess, trying to get to deal with people that's in the music industry to see his clothing and, and everything, which, like I said, he did pretty good. It's just they try to put him into the mix. He's not a gang member. He just makes really good clothing. And see what I say when you're just associated with some people? Anyway, that's what's up on that. Hold on, you guys. Let me throw this away and get me something to drink real quick. I usually drink me a soda, but I'm going to drink me some water today. I'm going to drink some water. Whew. Sometimes we need water. Sometimes we just need some water. Anyway, hey Lisa Calhoun, how you doing? How are you doing? So anyway, Shannon went home. YAK is still in jail, fighting for his life. Hopefully he don't get no more charges. He needs to go sit down somewhere. Somebody needs to tell him. He needs to, and it's very hard. It's easy to say. It's hard to do. And if you ever had a loved one that is a part of the gang or part of some street clique or, group or whatever, and they go to jail, you fear, you scared. Even if they don't have tattoos or that, but they claim or they colors or whatever. And you got to understand something. People do want to be a part of a group that they can feel protected, or they feel like, somebody out in the street got my back. Like if you did, and it's just, that's just a part of the nature of the world. It's almost like church. If you're part of Kojic, people always say, "Are you COGIC?" And or are you this or you that? And I mean, people know. They be like, "Oh, you Kojic, yeah. Oh, I'm Kojic too." Well, then when you might have a flat, and they see that you got a flat, so they come and say, oh, she, we talked a little bit, and she let me know that she was Kojic, and so I don't mind giving her a ride or whatever. That's how things work. It's just how it works, okay? So you can't be mad because somebody is a part of a gang. I'm doing a lot better. I had knee surgery 3 weeks ago. Processing well. Will stay in a little pain, but better. Okay, Lisa Calhoun. What, did you get a whole knee replacement or something? So anyway, life do go on, So Shannon went home. YAK is still in there. Mal Farley, he's gone. Oh, let me tell y'all this. So Shannon is banned from the Atlanta metro area. So he's going to another state for a while. Hopefully he can do better in another state and get away from, I gotta be bad, I gotta protect myself, I gotta have a gun, I gotta, if you can't have a gun in the town that you live in and walk up and down the street or go to the store, it's probably best that you leave that town and go somewhere else. And he's supposed to be married. He's got his kids he can visit. They're going to work out those details, him and his attorney, where he can come home and visit her and things of that nature. She said, yes, ma'am. Plus, I tore my mentis. Oh, okay. So, let me see if I can pronounce that right. Let me go here. Because, I've got a thing that will... He needs a mentor. He does. Okay, let me see.
Meniscus.
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 Meniscus. Meniscus. Meniscus. Meniscus. Meniscus. Yes, I mentor and prayer warriors. So, meniscus. I think I pronounced it right. Meniscus. Okay. It's a piece of the cartilage and cushion in the knee joint. Meniscus. Meniscus. I think I pronounced it right. Meniscus. See, I works on me.
Meniscus.
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 Meniscus. Meniscus.
Meniscus. Meniscus. I got it. Meniscus. Okay. Meniscus. 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 Gotcha. Got it. And it's always good to look stuff up and see where it is. Okay. Oh, okay. It's between the tibia and the femur, which will be your bone. Your knee. And the patella. Your patella is your knee, right? And the meniscus is right underneath it. Underneath your knee, your patella, next to the tibia, your shin bone that's connected to your knee bone. Anyway, torn meniscus. Oh, wow. Okay. I'm seeing it. A healthy, a torn one. Okay. I see what you're saying. Anyway. Okay. You was doing a little bit too much. It's the rubbery wedges of cartilage. It acts like a shock absorber for your knee, providing cushioning on the bottom part. Okay. I'm not sure if my pain is coming from the surgery itself or the arthritis. It can tear after hard twist or rotation of your knee. Okay. Can a meniscus heal on its own? Such as rest, ice, and medication is sometimes enough to relieve the pain and give the injury time to heal on its own. So it could have healed on its own, it says. This is education. Yes, I love it. I love it. I love it. It says, what is the best treatment? Rice, rest, ice, compression, and elevation. I had to look it up also. Yeah. To treat a meniscus tear. Resting your knee can help relieve your symptoms. Your doctor may suggest using a cane for a few weeks to keep the weight off. Okay. How serious is it? Let's see real quick. An untreated torn meniscus can result in instability of the knee and lasting pain. It can also increase the risk of osteoarthritis. It is okay to leave a torn meniscus untreated. Okay, and all this. I had to look it up. Okay. Anyway, meniscus. Can you tell if a meniscus is torn without an MRI? X-rays are usually done based on your symptoms and a physical examination. Your doctor may diagnose a meniscus tear. Okay. Pain or a clicking noise may indicate a meniscus tear. Your doctor may use your test as well. Okay. Meniscus. Sometimes it just looks like it's red. It's the cartilage. It's the stuff that's in between your knee bone that's connected to your femur bone. That, you know what I'm saying? I gotta look this stuff up. That's why I look it up. So y'all be like trying to tell me something. I said, girl, I know you lying. 'Cause now I know exactly what it is. Okay? I had 2 surgeries in one. Oh, okay. Okay, but I got you. Anyway, you guys. A healthy knee joint contains 2 C-shaped cartilage-like structures, each one called a meniscus. The one on the inside of the knee. Let me see. The one on the inside of the knee is the medulla inside of the knee, and the one on the outside is the lateral meniscus. Each meniscus is smooth, flexible, and rubbery, and acts to provide both stability and shock absorption, protecting the precious knee cartilage lining. The joint, also known as the heel-line cartilage. Loss or damage to this heel-line cartilage, for whatever reason, is known as arthritis. So the meniscus is essentially to the health of the knee and the prevention of arthritis. Okay. Okay, so anyway, thanks for the little bit of education on that. Anyway, you guys, I just wanted to tell you, I wanted to share something else that I seen. So we know Kayla Bumpkins Jackson, because you can call her Miss Jackson. She was looking very, very good. She spoke very well. Some people, I seen their video and they was like, she wasn't doing well or whatever. And, I kind of was like feeling the same way. You know what? This girl takes a lot of bumps and bruises of being an attorney because she's new and she's in the public eye. Let me tell you something. And I've said it, and I won't take back what I said. Now, if I was looking at, a murder charge or conviction or whatever, now I probably wouldn't get her because she hasn't done a lot of those. I mean, she does things like bonding people and tickets and jaywalking and maybe shoplifting, something like that, But I think you give her 10 more years, she'll be very well known, and she'll probably be very good. She takes it serious. She has to get out of the routine of making it personal and saying I. But nevertheless, that's just we on the outside looking in. And it doesn't really mean anything. I'm not no expert, so, it probably don't really, I wouldn't use it, But I think she's going to be a very good attorney once she gets her feet really off in the mud. Like right now, she's just doing little bitty stuff. She needs a little bit more experience. You know what I'm saying? But I think she's going to be very, very good. Yes, criminal law needs experience. Yeah, it really do. But shoot, she in there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't even knock the girl because it takes a lot of courage to get up there in front of everybody, in front of a judge, and just start speaking. And she's starting to know this law, what to say. She's knowing the main thing about law, and you guys don't understand. It's law is already there, but you got to stay confined in the areas of the law. It's almost like a street light. You can go get you a car. That doesn't mean you can drive the car. Now you got to know the law to drive the car. You can know how to drive, but if you don't know the law, you're going to end up with a ticket. You just can't just go willy and just get in the car and just go down the street on the wrong side of the street and on a one-way street and getting on the highway and going 20 miles an hour. You can't do what you want to do just because you know how to drive a car. To drive a car, you got to know the law. To be an attorney, you got to know the law. That means you got to know the confinements of what you can do and what you can't do. And that is what she's got to deal with learning new certain laws. And I told you guys this, just because somebody is a lawyer or an attorney, they're not fit to be attorney over all situations. She's going to be attorney either on, getting people out of jail. She's going to be attorney on criminals. She's going to be attorney on lawsuits. She can be attorney on, insurance. She can be attorney on divorce. She can be attorney on wills. She can be attorney. It's almost like a nurse. I'm not a nurse for the heart. I was going to try to be a heart nurse, but I got yelled at the first time I went in, and I was like, I'm done. I don't want to be a heart nurse just because I got yelled at. We all make mistakes coming in the door. We say, hey, that's what I want to do. That's where the money's at. Not saying I wasn't smart enough to be a heart nurse. It's just, hey, if I make a mistake, you're going to yell at me? Oh, no, we're not doing that. No, let me just do something a little bit different. So I decided to be pediatrics. I didn't decide. It just seems like, I really didn't have to do a lot of thinking on the pediatric side. So I went ahead and be a pediatric nurse. Then I've been doing that for 19 years. I said, well, let me go into geriatrics. Well, guess what? Going into geriatrics, I've got to put in some years of some training. Now, people say, well, she's been a nurse for 19 years. Yeah, pediatrics, but not geriatrics. So when I get on the geriatric side, I have to take jobs I probably wouldn't take. But I take them because I know that I'm going to learn each place I go. This is my third place, and I'm learning. I have learned so much in every place I've been in. I've learned. The first place I was there for a year and 2 months. So I was there for 14 months. The second place I was there for 10 months. And then now I'm at this job, and I've been there maybe 2 months now. And this job here, they have challenged me. And I come out smiling as soon as I see something I don't know how to do it. I've never seen it before. And I just say, hey, I don't know what I'm doing here. What do I need to do? And the the people that I'm working with, my co-workers, nurses, they say, do this, do that, do that. They don't tell me why or whatever, but I do it and it comes out right. And so then, it's on me to Google some stuff and look at some stuff and think about it. Not just do it, because it's going to come up again. So, I need to know why this is this and why that is that. Can you explain why Shannon goes by both names, Jackson Stillwell? I was so confused who they were talking about at times. Okay. Yes. Let me explain to you. First of all, he has two names. One is a street name. And there's you can have reasons why you go by one name and not another name. It could be his mother's maiden name, and his father's name is Jackson. And then sometimes it could just be a street name where you don't really want people to know what your real name is. Or later on, his mother had to change his name into his father's name, or his father wanted him to have his last name. You know what I'm saying? I've never really dealt with the last name being different, but if everybody know you by Stillwell, or maybe that's your AKA name, and it's really not really your name, but you can go by there, because just like my mother's maiden name is Calhoun. So sometimes you will call me not SP but SC. But that's not my name. But that's my family's name, is Calhoun. Okay? Now, and you call me SP, but P is not my last name. That's my maiden name. You guys understand now? That's my maiden name. That's my family's last name. But my last name does not start with a P. Okay? I know y'all sitting there going, yes it do, SP. No, it does not. I'm a married woman. My last name do not start with P. Okay? But I got two names. Why? Because I've got a maiden name and I've got my married name. Okay? It could be where he was married and he took his wife's last name. Okay? Men do that now. They do. They will take their wife's last name. Like, say, now I don't know for sure if Miss Bumpkins is really married to him, but she goes by Bumpkins. And then she can go by Jackson, or she can go by Bumpkins Jackson, or she can just one day go by Jackson. And a lot of people right now today, even my job, still go by my maiden name, even though I've been married for 10 years, because I have not wanted to change it at this time. You know what I'm saying? I am changing it, but because it's already changed in the law, to be honest with you. Like I said, my legal name is not SP. It used to be SP, but it's not anymore. But I have not made the changes on my driver's license. I have not made changes in my job. So they look at it and they, my check, it'll come in SP. But that's not my real. When you say, what's your legal name? My legal name is not SP. Okay? But it used to be. Now, people but he's a man. I get it. But men can change their name to the woman's last name. The woman don't have to just take the man's last name now. Especially if you just don't want your last name to be your last name anymore. Right? Miss Tina says it's a big difference being a pediatric nurse and being an adult nurse. Very, very different. Yes, it is. It's very, very different. And it's a lot of things that I'm learning that I didn't know, that I hadn't used, and now I'm trying to use it, and I'm going, what the heck? What I got myself into? But I definitely, I'm still a pediatric nurse, geriatric nurse. So I'm doing both. But I am going to come out of the pediatric side. The case that I have, and when it runs out, and it will run out this year, I don't think I'm going to go back into pediatrics. The one thing that I didn't realize and understand, I went into pediatrics because that's where I kind of, didn't have to think about nothing. Did not know that pediatrics is harder than geriatrics. Yeah. Y'all, I know y'all sitting there going, I know you lying. Hold on. I'm not lying. Pediatrics is harder than geriatrics. A big time. Okay? So, I literally learned the harder job than the easier job. But, doing geriatrics for a long time, I know it backwards and forwards, And now that I'm in geriatrics, the people that I work for, they be looking at me like, you don't know this? Girl, if you don't get out of my face. Like, let me take you to the pediatric side, and then let's see what you can do. You'll be holding that baby going, I don't know what I'm doing. What is supposed to be the heart rate? See what I'm saying? Something that simple. What is supposed to be this baby heart rate, and the baby is what? A newborn baby to 3 months. What's supposed to be the baby's heart rate? You see geriatrics heart rate, you're looking at 75, something. But a baby is twice that amount. See what I'm saying? I'm just letting you guys know. All the numbers and stuff is different. And then you memorize that stuff. So you don't have to go look at no chart or anything. You just know. So when you go into a different field, it's just like you have a heart doctor. Your heart doctor is not going to go telling you about your feet or your nose. He can't. He specializes in the heart. Okay? So don't look at this young lady and give her a hard time because she stumbles a little bit. She looks good. I can tell you that much. I mean, and when I look at people and what they do or whatever, I give them grace for number one. Because she's shown up doing way more than I've done or doing. She done passed the bar. She done went to school. They done gave her a license. And she's doing it. And you guys should support that. Okay? Because one thing about us, and I say us, we don't support our own. We criticize. We criticize. We look at the hair. We look at what she said. We don't look at what all she had to go through, knowing that we're not going to do it. We're not going to go to school for 8 years. I'm not doing that. I didn't even think about something like that when I got out of school. Shoot. I had to think about trying to keep a roof over my head and some food in my belly. So when somebody is out there looking beautiful and went to school and finished, completed, support it, you guys. Just support it. Support this girl. Now I can look at her and be like, oh no, I wouldn't hire her for this, but I would hire her for little stuff. I mean, you know what I'm saying. Like I said, not a murder charge, but I'm not gonna ever have a murder charge unless you come knocking on my door tripping with me. The devil is a lie. You know what I'm saying? I do not have a problem. But if I just stay away from people, stay in my lane, I'm never gonna have a lawyer for a murder charge, okay? But when we get our people, which we're not gonna have that many, especially our sisters out there, having professions as lawyers and doctors and things of that nature, nurses and police officers and own businesses and real estate, support that. Like, I may not ever buy a house. Well, you know what I'm saying. But if I was and somebody was selling properties and things like that, they can, point me in the right direction. We don't have connections and we don't have the support system because we tear down the bridges as we go over them. We don't build those bridges so our kids can go over them. We tear them down. I'm going to tell you guys something. I know y'all going to look at me and say, SP, do you really know what you're talking about? Yeah, I do. There's this guy, he's passed away now. His name is Kevin Samuels. I don't know if you guys know him or not, but I go over his videos and I listen to what he say. He talks really bad about African American black women, and he talks about them being overweight, and he talks about them how they foolish and all this other stuff. And my husband be laying in the bed and he's like, why do you listen to this man talk bad about black women? And I say, because a lot of what he say is true. And my husband's like, I can't believe you saying that. No, yeah. And the sad thing about it is, you can lie to society, you can lie to yourself. But we know that we don't support our people. We know it. We get ours and we don't even try to help other people. I don't know why that is like that. I don't know, but we don't. So I told him, I said, if there's one thing I would love to do is start a group to support, and you see that don't go far, that don't go long. Just support people that are good people. So somebody asked me for something the other day, and I know this person was a homeless person. They didn't ask me for money. I literally had to stop my car to give them what they needed. But I did. It was a white guy. But he had this turban thing on his head, like he was maybe practicing Buddhism, or he was maybe he was a Muslim. I don't know. But I don't, she said crabs in a bucket. She said craps in a bucket. With the holes. With holes. I just read what you said, Parsha K. You don't feel any difference after your surgery. Oh, okay. Oh, so I didn't have to sit there and think, do I want to help this person because they're not the same color as me? No, I didn't think of it. I just gave them, because I know I had what they was asking for, so I just gave it to them. And then I just kept on going down the street. And the funny thing about it is, people, especially homeless people, I wanted to say something to you guys about this. I didn't come on and say it. But the person said, God bless you. Anytime you help a homeless person, you know what they say? God bless you. That's what they say. They say, God bless you. I'm going to tell you guys something. And I don't think you guys know this. But the minute that young lad said, God bless you to me, I felt the presence of God blessing me. I don't know what it was, you guys. This was yesterday. I don't know what it was, but when he said, God bless you to me, I felt God blessing me. This was yesterday. You know, sometimes people say God bless you. It really doesn't mean anything. You know what I mean? I don't know if y'all understand what I'm saying. If you understand what I'm saying, put a 1 in the chat. He released your blessing. Yeah. Something changed. Something changed. When he said God bless, he said God bless you. I was going to say God bless you back. And I almost couldn't even say it. It was kind of like, I said, God bless you. I kind of mumbled it. It was weird. But when he said it to me, he said, God bless you. And it was a feeling that came over. And I can't even explain it. But I guarantee you guys, I wanted to share that with you guys. Because I was getting up on the highway, and like I said, he was a homeless person. But I felt the blessing coming over me. I don't know what, but I felt it. It will, especially when you receive God's presence. I felt it. And I said to myself, golly, you know, I can run into people all the time and they don't even tell me, God bless you. God bless you. You know, I sneeze, so people say, God bless you. But this young lad, and he was young, he was a young lad. He said, God bless you. And it was just best feeling in the world. It was the best feeling in the world, and I felt that, and I just said, whoa, I'm looking. And I know I'm blessed, but anyway, when a stranger blesses you, it just, anyway. I don't know if you guys understand it. Yeah, I receive it. You know, sometimes a person could say something and you'd be like, oh no, I don't want that, you know. She said, rejoice in advance. I don't know what it is. I'm telling y'all now, because I know in the next 30 days or whatever, there's something's finna happen. He said, God bless you. And I said, whoa. And you know, just like Sarah, when she went to go visit, what was her name? Rachel? When Rachel went to go visit Sarah or whatever, and the baby bounced, you know, when they came close together, the baby bounced. They knew they was cousins. That was John the Baptist and Jesus, baby Jesus. Yeah. Anyway, he was very thankful to God for your blessings on him. Yeah. I didn't think nothing bad of the young lad. I just didn't. Here, boom, let me go on up this hill. But I felt the blessing when he said it. Once he said, God bless you. And I was like, And I was going up the hill. I was in my car. I was going up the ramp, getting on the highway. Because they were down on the bottom, you know, on the corner, asking people for help, whatever. And he said, God bless you. Sometimes people say it, you know, I'll stop, give $1 or $2 or whatever. And I don't feel the same way. I'm just being honest with you guys. I just feel like I just gave them some money. Maybe I don't know. You know, I think in my head they're going to go get them a drink or some drugs or something. I don't know. But I still, you know, hey, what they do with it is on them. I don't trip about it or anything. I just hope, it helps or whatever. But nevertheless, when this guy said, God bless you, I'm telling you guys, I'm telling y'all something. I'm telling you. When he said it, the spirit came over me and I was like, yes. Yes. Anyway, I don't know. But you guys, y'all figure it out one of these days. Y'all figure it out. Anyway, yeah. Yeah. Life is good. Anyway, I'm going to get off of here. And I just say, we'll still look at what happens to, Yak Gotti. That's the only one he's still in jail. But like I said, shoot, that boy was doing some stuff. And you wouldn't even tell. Because he just sit in court and be all quiet and have all those riffles all in his forehead. And, we be like, what? Y'all get him out of there. He done got stabbed in the head. Well, they said he was the aggressor. He went up to somebody starting a fight. And they told him to leave him alone. They going to stab him. And he was like, well, I guess you're going to have to stab me. He was picking fights in there and stuff. I don't know. But, I don't think nothing bad of him because, like I said, once you get in jail, the thing about that is, you got to show that you ain't the one to play with. You know what I'm saying? And see, they in little jail. They wasn't in prison. They was in the county jail. So just imagine. He caught 13 cases while he been locked up for 2 years. That means every 2 months he was catching a case. Like 60 days. He getting sick and tired of this. Shh. Anyway, you guys, I'm going to get off of here. I'm not going to think bad of the young lad. Hey, soldier girl, how you doing? Yeah, we may never know. We may never know what really happened, what triggered it. Because sometimes people say something about you. Oh, I'll do this and I'll do that. And then you catch them off guard and say, what you going to do? Now you look like the aggressor, but you just now acting on it because you done caught them and they ain't with their homies or their homeboy or something. Or there ain't no guard around. So now you can tell them, something. But, what I learned is 2 + 2 is 4. You will figure it out. You will find out. I am not the one. Okay? And that's something that I learned too. Like some people get mad what Kevin Samuels will say, even though it was the truth. Now, he did die, and he died at an early age, but he had cancer also. So I did not know he had cancer. But, some people be like, oh, but what was he saying? Was it true? And I told my husband, the things that he say was true. Like, say, for instance, he would say, if you're overweight, it's hard to get a decent man. That's true. Because, they look at a sister and then she was weighing a lot, they take advantage of them, because they know that they're nice. I told my girlfriend that and she got mad at me. She was like, so you think that all the guys that I be dating, they just with me because I'm nice? I'm like, yeah. And she got angry with me. But I was telling her the truth. Because you're not cute. You know what I'm saying? They want a nice woman. So they don't care if you chunky. They don't care. They just know that you're not going to rip and run, cheat on them. You're going to be nice. And in return, you get you a man. Or whatever. She didn't like that. She's still losing weight. She's still trying to lose weight. But what I told her was true. But because I said it, she got angry with me. Well, and I understand her feelings was hurt. Would you want your feelings to be hurt and be told the truth? Or would you want somebody to lie to you and and look at you in a bad way? You know what I'm saying? Freddie says, I think they think you are a good cook. Sanja says, truth, please. Yes, I would want the truth. My husband tells me all the time, I didn't marry you because of your looks. And I know that because I am not gorgeous. I'm okay. I'll do all right. I'm not ugly. You know what I'm saying? But he didn't marry me because of my looks. You know what I'm saying? I'm just not, I'm not gorgeous. I mean, and then you got to think, I got 2 kids out of wedlocks, and then I done went and adopted a kid. So I got 3 kids with 3 baby daddies. One thing, my kids is grown, so he didn't have to deal with the kids. Then your age is an older age. You know, some people be like, oh, you know, I want to date, I want a man, I don't know. Some people be like, I'm done, I don't want no man. You know, I tell some people, I say, look here. Let me share something with you. If you are single and you're comfortable in your singleness, you might want to stay that way. Let me answer this phone. See what they talk about. Anyway, well, you know, that took away our friendship because she got angry. Now, when we see each other, we still speak. Hey, how you doing? Yeah. But the closeness, she was mad. She was mad when I told her that. She was angry with me. It's okay to be single. I'm not saying it's for everybody, but some people, it's okay. I say this. If something ever happens to my husband, or he wants to walk away or go be with somebody else or whatever, I'm done. I'm going to be single for the rest of my life. Why? Because I don't want to be married no more. I've had enough of marriage. I've done had, my first marriage only lasted 7 years. I'm 10 years in this marriage. So that's 17 years of my life. I think I've done my time. I don't want to be married no more. I don't want somebody asking me what's for dinner. I don't want them to come and, you know, I just don't want no more. But some people may still want marriage. Even in an older age, you can have it if that's what you choose to have. But that don't mean just go, you know, get anybody that picks you. You still gonna have to have some kind of, you know, ideal of what you want or you don't want. You should know by now what you don't want. And if you wait till they get older, sometimes I tell people, you just got to wait until you get a little bit older. Why? Because the men, they want to keep playing around until they get older. And then they ready to settle down when they ain't looking all great anymore. When they ain't got that nice looking body. You know what I'm saying? And they ready to settle down. They want somebody to cook and clean for them. You know, they ready to settle down. Because let me tell you something. You can't make nobody settle until they ready to settle. SP, I drink to that. No more. Enough is enough. Yeah, I'm done. I don't want no more. I don't want no more marriage. I got enough of it. And I might be married to this one 10 more years. You know, I might have 10 more years with him. And that's too much for me. So what I'm saying It's okay to be single and be happy in your singleness. Okay? There's nothing wrong with being single. And like I just said, I just told y'all, if I ever get to be single again through divorce or death or infidelity, whatever it is, I'm going to stay single. Because I done had enough marriage. And there's nothing wrong with being married. There's good things in both. It is good and bad. Sometimes you got to argue with people about something, what you going to do, and they want to tell you what you going to do and what you can't do and all this other stuff. And you be like, you know what? I'm grown. I'm do what I want to do. I'm still my own person. I'm just married. I was married once, and I started saying marriage is for the birds. Whatever the case, no. She said I was married once, and I started saying marriage is for the birds. Well, ain't nothing wrong with being married either. It's got its good points, but it got some bad ones too. But sometimes people get to wanting marriage to be one thing, and it all depends on who you marry. If you marry out of your comfort, then you get what you get. If you marry because somebody look cute, then you might not get nobody helping you paying bills. You marry a worker, you might be lonely. You marry a church person, shoot, you're going to have to be reprimanded every time you turn around or something. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you that's just the way it is. Anyway, you guys, there's nothing wrong with being single. It's just, you're going to have to deal with a lot of things on your own. It's going to be a lot of nights where you feel lonely or you feel like, dang, this is too much. And there's nobody to bounce off ideals with or to go put the light bulb in or go see who's at the door or put oil in your car or something. You don't get that many benefits. You might get little money here and there or whatever, and you might get a lot of money. They might pay all the bills. But then when they want to pay all the bills, then shoot, they might want to run out whenever they want to run out, So, I mean, it's all in what you want, and what you don't want. Sometimes, like my mama, she was sick and tired. She dated 2 men, my father and then my stepfather, and that was it. And she was like, I'm done. She said there was no good men out there. And I said, well, Mama, you got all these boys. What do you mean? Did you raise no good men? I believe all my brothers are good men. I think every last one of them is a good man. Now, do they make mistakes? Do they do hard-headed stuff? Yeah. But all my brothers, they work. They pay bills. They pay the bills. And they just really want a woman to lay down with, cook, help them with the kids or whatever. They got kids, their kids. So my brothers try to stay with the women that they got pregnant or whatever. But the women, I seen no good women. That want to run the streets and cheat and lie and steal and think they cute. Because you got a good man. You ain't cute. I'm looking at you. You not cute. Now they ruined a really good man. So, it sometimes it works and sometimes it don't, you guys. So you can ask other people, and it all depends on where they're at in their life, and they went through some stuff, or what information you're gonna get from them. Now me, she said, I'm looking at you. I know you is. I can tell you, and I'm a married woman. I can tell you, there's good and bad in marriage and not in marriage. Whether you single or whether you divorced or whether you married. There's good and bad in it. You know, married women be like, dang, I want to be free. And then free women is like, dang, I'm happy to be free. They done tried it. They don't want to try no more. And that's okay. No, you said you looking at her. Yeah. I look at my brother's women, wives and stuff, and I be like, man, you got a really good man. What the heck are you doing? You know what I'm saying? I just don't get it. I don't understand it. But they do, boys, men do mischief stuff. So I think we all just got our life and we just try to live it. Hopefully we'll find somebody that don't mind a little bit of stuff. She said, I'm going to leave the marriage to the lovebirds. It ain't that you have to be in love to be married, okay? Maybe it's convenient to just stay in a marriage. That person finds it a convenient, and you may find it a convenience too. All right, you guys, I'm going to get off of here. I will see you guys Friday. First 3 in will get free tickets. I will probably put the live up early, so look for it. You guys, I'm going to get off here. Be good, be great. And you guys, you gotta have to be nice to everybody. Bye.